Yeah, I like to call it a masculine lightheartedness, where
Ooh,
you still, yeah,
ooh,
it's
that's a
still
good way to phrase it.
masculine, but it's not heavy. And it goes in a lot into the subject matter and the context of what it is that you're speaking about.
Mm,
I'll say, I wasn't expecting to meet a beautiful girl like yourself today, or make it very clear that the intentions are this is man to woman.
mm.
And if I ever feel it going towards the platonic route, I'm very quick to be able to say, no, 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 no. Listen, I'm okay with being rejected. I'm fine with it. If I'm not your type, I totally get that. But what we're not gonna do is you're gonna put my number in your phone and think, oh, he's a really nice friend. Like that's I've been there, I've done that. And what I find a lot with my students, it's they'll go in and they'll start with a very platonic, where's Starbucks? Or like, could I get your recommendation on something? And they have a lot of trouble transitioning out towards, the end of the conversation or when they get the number. And they're like, how do I text this girl and let her know that I'm actually interested? I'm like, well, you could have just set foundational pieces right there. So when it comes down to it, it's having that masculine lightheartedness of I know I'm a fun guy, I know I'm a big guy, I know that I really enjoy women, but it's not to be taken for granted that this penis does work and it and it will get put to work if need be.
I see, I see. All right, so then what was the path then that got you to where you are today? Because before we start recording, I said there must have been some pain. And you
Sure.
said, yeah, sure. So like, talk to me. What
Yeah,
was the radioactive spider biting your hand or
that's a great question.
whatever happened that created this monster?
Well, I was in middle school and I remember that I had like no female attention whatsoever.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
And then people are like, oh, middle school, like you're too young to be hearing about girls. Tell that to me when I was 12 years old, 13 years old, struggling
Mm,
and seeing these other guys get the girls that I wanted. Like
mm.
it was very much pain stricken. Right.
When I was that age, right, everyone around me was claiming that they were having all the sex in the world.
Sure.
Now, looking back, they were clearly lying.
Clearly.
Clearly, right? But I believed it. So
Yeah.
why am I the only one?
Wait, him? Him? Nah. So I definitely understand from that point
Mm,
of where you're looking around like, what's wrong with me? What do these guys have that I don't have? So
mm,
I think my radioactive spider moment was I posted, I was hanging out with some older kids, I mean, like 2 years older than me.
mm.
And they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like when you get older, like girls don't even care if you like them or not. It's like, it's just normal. It's like a thing that you do. So I went on MySpace and I didn't send a message. I put up in a bulletin,
Oh, yeah, I remember
like,
bulletin.
yeah, you remember the
I
bulletins?
remember, yeah.
I've confessed my love for this girl named Nicolette Estes to the bulletin. And then
How many followers or friends?
there was enough. there was enough. There was enough.
Hold on, just for anyone who's watching. So MySpace bulletin, the way it works, right? This is dating us now.
Mhm.
But however many followers you had, you could post a message that every single person who followed you on the platform would see.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be there for like 24 hours. No, it'd be like an hour or two.
No, it was. I think it was longer than an hour because I put
Was
it up and that it was chilling there. It was chilling there for a minute.
But yeah, so it was a message for all your followers to see.
Uh-huh.
And you confessed your love to this girl.
Yes.
And you still remember her name to this day.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
how, that's
for
how I
sure.
know this is an emotional core.
Man, and it was just crickets. It was just she's like, oh, I don't know what to say. And I'm like, all right, that's very clearly not interested.
Mm.
Later down the line, though, I did go on a date with her in high school, and I did kiss her. So
Okay.
we spun that block. We spun that block. We got the win back. But I remember at that point, it was just like, bro, something's got to change. I started skateboarding because the guys that had skateboards had girlfriends too. It was Julian White and Daniel Barr specifically, and Sean Moore. These three guys all had like the cutest girls in school, the Latinas, and I was like, I want that too. So I started skateboarding. I started sticking around them, like talking the lingo and trying to get in their circle of girls.
Did that work?
A little bit. I got like it wasn't romantic attention, but it was like
Or something.
I was like, hey, Tristan's alive. Like this guy, it wasn't an invisible ghost. It was like, hey, this is a human being here. But what happened was when I got to high school, I started changing how I dressed. I went from like my parents had no style. Like my mom, you ever see the show What Not to Wear? Or they had like makeover shows where they'd change the whole wardrobe. We were talking like we got to get my mom on that because she had no style whatsoever.
Was your family religious?
My mom was Baptist Christian.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Jamaica, and
my family's Jamaican as well.
Wagwan.
That's what. Yeah, Wagwan.
And my dad is a big white guy, so they no sense of style or fashion whatsoever. I remember in middle school, I was wearing like church pants with torn up skateboarding shoes and like a white t-shirt, and I never got a black haircut until maybe like 12 years old.
Ooh.
So it was like,
So you had like a picky afro.
super nappy afro, and it didn't look good at all. Also, it was fighting an uphill battle, and plus I was short and skinny. It was a bad mix. It was a terrible mix. But when I got to high school, I switched over to skateboarding style, like skinny jeans and a hat, like wearing a hat just like this. And I remember there's a girl named 𝗬cie𝗂𝗿, I can't remember her last name is, but one of those ghetto black girls, but everybody liked her. She was super cool. But she was like, "Oh, Tristan got cute." And I was like, "Wait, what'd you say?" She's like, "Oh yeah, you look cute now. Like you changed how you dress." And this like literally a light bulb moment, like, "Oh, all right, let me get in the field then." And I started getting girls like freshman year of high school. I started like really going and doing, like, it wasn't dates, but you know, put my arm around girls and having girlfriends. And that was like kind of the inception of like, oh shit, I'm a charmer. We can make this work. And then years go by, and I get introduced to Tom Torrero's work. Were you familiar with Tom Torrero?
Yeah. Yeah, he committed suicide a little while back.
Unfortunately. I wonder what, it's always going to be wonder what happened. But I got introduced to his work from a friend of mine named 𝗗𝗍𝗄𝗄 when I was a senior in college. And I was like, well, there's a structure to this? There's steps? Really? Okay, this is sick. And that was like the doors opening moment right there. But that was like, yeah, ugly kid, a lot of pain, MySpace bulletin, and now we're here.
So what I'm curious about is, so you said that you had like your glow up, and then like that ghetto black girl was like, "Oh, Tristan got cute," and then all of a sudden you realize you're a charmer, and then you know you're getting a success that you weren't getting before.
Yeah.
What at that point was the impetus then to care about Tom Torrero? So let me explain. I was doing I had a very similar story to you. Very similar story. Like Christian family, I had no game whatsoever. I looked terrible, that kind of shit. Right? Very similar. Now, one day when I'm 18, I'm surfing the web at night.
Nice.
And I'm looking at websites of ill repute, as they say, right?
Sure.
Definitely. Now, this pop-up comes up and it goes, everything you think you know about women is wrong. And it was David D'Angelo's book, Double Your Dating. Are you aware of that book?
Yeah.
Now, the point is, I read that book and devoured that book in like an evening, and it changed my life forever, and it got me on this path. But the reason why I cared was because at the time I got nothing, like nothing. And then one example, like my version of your MySpace thing was that I used to go to this nightclub called Snobs, and there was this girl that I was in love with. I think her name was Hannah, and I was just in love with this girl, in love. And I never spoke to her about it because I just knew categorically she wouldn't want me. Of course, there was no reason why I should have known that, but I knew. And then one day, like, I ended up kissing her, and then she told everyone that she kissed me, and like it was like the biggest mistake of her life. Like, she's like, "Oh fuck, I kissed Kieran. Can you believe it?" And anyway, that was like just before I discovered Double Your Dating. So at that point, I'm primed and I've got all of this pain. If I had like kissed her and she loved it, right, and she was telling everyone how great I was, and then I was doing X, Y, and Z with other girls, I don't think I'd have given a fuck about Double Your Dating.